Good evening, monsters. JC Tevis here, back with you live in the RX studio for hot conversations here on HOT. Heard on Thursdays, the show that makes FM radio talk. And by talk, I mean talk sense, talk relevance, talk happy, happy talk. That's what we're about, especially with our guest tonight. 2021 is a year of hope. It's a year of looking forward. It's a year of moving on and moving up. For that, you have to set your intentions. And that's why we have invited back our favorite life and leadership coach. Since her last guesting on April 9 in the year of COVID, she has co created the At Wellbeing Boost program. So if you want to post your questions on Facebook, we are live right now, facebook.com/RX931. Feel free to comment on there, or you can tweet us if you're listening on air at RX931. KIMILU will help answer them, and she'll be giving out her intention setting worksheet free to some lucky monsters, or we can just do it live on air as well. And boosting your well-being and setting intentions for 2021 and beyond. Heard on Thursdays live from Lipa, Batangas, life and leadership coach KIMILU. KIMILU, what's up? How are
Hey,
you?
hello, happy New Year. That's
Happy
the
New Year.
energy. Hello, everybody. And I see some people saying hi already. Hi, Wowie and June D. Oh, move on and move up now. Wow.
Love
Okay,
it.
hello. Hi, JC. Long time no see. Yeah, since
Yeah.
April.
Since April, at least virtually. It's been a while since we've had you in person, but you've been on our show many times. Actually, you've been on our show through several milestones. You were here for when it was Rafi's last show, and then we went to go eat after. I remember that. That was a fun one. And then you were the first show that we had after the whole pandemic, after a series of replays when the pandemic hit and we finally came back to work. You were our first guest virtually, and now you're back. So, we're happy to have you here. We can't wait to have you back in the studio once everything clears up. But how are you? What's been keeping you busy besides your work? Is there anything that you've been doing to stay active, or are you watching anything cool on a streaming
Oh my
platform?
goodness. Yeah, I love. Can I mention like the
Of course.
app on Netflix? I
Yeah, sure.
love I love Bling Empire. Like I finished it in one night. Have you
Uh,
seen it?
it just came out this week, right? Bling Empire.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I
Yeah.
love
It,
it.
it's like Crazy Rich Asians, but in real life, right? If that's my understanding from
Yes,
the trailer.
yes. I'm a reality TV junkie, so I
Okay,
loved it. Episode. So
that's
if you
great.
guys want to have like a mental break, I highly suggest you watch that Bling Empire.
Cool. So you're in Lipa. You've been there since we last interviewed you in April. What's the
Yeah.
situation like over there? How are things going over there in Batangas? I mean, we're not that far from each other, but since you haven't left, how are things going for you with your work? What have you been doing virtually?
Well, a lot. My Zoom sessions are like back to back,
Mm-hmm.
and also my IG lives as well on Tuesdays. So I have created like the Well-being Boost program, and now I have like a team of facilitators who do the same work that I do. So
Oh,
that's like the transition. It before like for 10 years it was just me,
hmm,
and because of last year, because of what happened, a lot of people needing to take care of their well being, I decided, you know what? I need more people doing this work. So I actually certified some beautiful beings to become sacred space holders. And now there's six of them who are actually doing the well being boost program. So I
wow.
have like a pack of amazing, brilliant women with me doing this work.
So in a sense, 2020 for you was a year of growth in
Sure.
terms of at least your business, right? Which is great news.
Super. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. I
Yeah,
call it a quantum leap.
a quantum
Like,
leap. I love that saying.
yeah,
So
I
Kimilu,
know.
let's talk because our monsters have been with us through and through, but there are, I'm sure, a lot of new listeners who have turned to our Facebook Live or who might just be listening for the first time on air. So let's reintroduce you to our new listeners, Life Coach Kimilu. What Kimilu, if you were gonna tell someone who just met you for the first time in a
Mhm.
maybe a few sentences, what do you do? How do you help people? How do you help your clients? How does your team help clients?
Okay, I will tell you the line that I told my very first client, like how I closed my very first client in my life.
Cool.
So I said, I teach people how to make anyone fall in love with them, dot, dot, dot. But the continuation would be by falling in love with themselves first.
Wow. So teaching people to love themselves before they can be
Yeah,
loved by other people, something like that.
something like that.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And
Cool. Yeah.
that was how long ago your first client? Because I assume you've been doing this for a while now, and I'm sure people are curious. How long has Kimi Lu been a life coach?
So this is my 11th year.
Wow, 11 years, more than a decade of experience. So we're happy that you're here to impart your knowledge on us. And 2021, you are highlighting the idea of intention setting. So, what is intention setting? What is the basic definition of that?
Oh my gosh. So just I want to show everyone, the ones who are watching on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. I have this intention worksheet over here that I'm showing everyone. If you're just listening, imagine there's a piece of paper that I'm holding up and it says here intention worksheet. And I give this away to everybody who wants it. So you can take advantage. And it says over here, an intention is a word that serves as your guide in making decisions and taking action. It is an expression of your closely held values, what really matters to you, and focuses on making daily positive impacts so you can become the person you want to be. So, what
Mhm.
kind of person do you want to be this year?
I see. So
Basically, yeah.
basically, who do you want to be this year? So how specific does someone have to be, Kimi Lu, when they're setting an intention?
Mhm.
How do they have to go to the as specific as possible, or can it be something as general as I want to look sexier this year, or do you have to give a specific number? I want to be this weight by this date, blah blah blah.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. What you just said were
Mhm.
actually goals.
Goals.
Okay.
Okay, so those are not
Yeah, those
intentions.
are goals. Those are not intentions.
I
That's a
see. Okay.
goal that is purpose specific. An intention would be why you want to achieve that goal.
I see. So it has to be. So can you give us a couple of common intentions that people usually have for themselves?
Usually, like this year, I
Mhm.
received a lot of transformation, breakthrough, growth, all of those. So it's more general, but it's also a little bit more deeper,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like the soul of the goal that you're trying to achieve, because you have
Right,
goals, but then you need the power or the heart behind it. I'm guessing that's what the
right,
intentions are. Does that make sense?
right.
Is
Yeah,
that
totally.
okay? I thought I
You
misunderstood. I'm glad I got it.
you passed it. You passed it.
I passed it.
It's like, yeah, your power, your fuel to
Hmm.
make you keep going. So I just want to
Great.
say hi to people who are saying hello. So
Of course.
Andre and Sarah, and then Joanna, hello, and Christine is actually part of the Wellbeing Boost program, one of the facilitators.
Mhm.
She's from Laguna. So we're all over the country and all over the world. Actually, we have one from Sydney as well. So hi, Eckert Robles. So hello, guys. We are talking about intention worksheet. And so, yeah, I hope JC, you got that. So I want to ask you, would it be okay if we answer this sheet together?
Yeah, there. Let's do it. I need to do some intention setting for my life
Mhm.
in general.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
So it's
let's get
like a
started.
live coaching session.
So Kimi Lu, this is something like this is an example of what it would be like to work with you. So I'm gonna be like the conduit, the person
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be the person that they could imagine being if they ever work with you in the future, if they contact you in the future, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. So monsters,
Okay.
pretend that you are me, or at least pretend that you're in my shoes while we do this. Kimi Lu, what's the first thing that we do when we set intentions for this year?
Okay, so let's make it holistic. So, mind, body, spirit. So, I have a question for you for your mind.
All
How
right.
do you want to think differently and expand your mind? So let me
Mm,
give my examples to you. So I wrote in my notebook something like maybe listen to more podcasts, maybe read more things. Also, I want to have an entrepreneurial mindset and also like a billionaire mindset,
mm,
because I feel that they really have a different concept of like creating a business, like they really see it in a different perspective. And sometimes like I don't get it, but I want to have that kind of mindset. So this
mhm.
is how I actually want to expand my mind. So
Yeah.
what about you?
You know what? I've been thinking about this lately. I feel the same way, at least when it comes to the entrepreneur mindset, because
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like I have I'm comfortable in life, but I feel like I need to invest more in myself because I want to create more avenues of revenue using what talents that I have, which I believe is maybe entertaining people, content creation. So I want to take more risks when it comes to putting out more content out there, but also make that a business at the same time, if that makes sense.
Right, of course, of course. I mean, to be able to use your talents and gifts and then earn from it, I think
Mhm.
that is amazing, right? I mean, why not? So, okay, so keep that in mind. You can even write it down so that you can actually create steps later on. Because right
All right.
now it's just the intention that we're doing.
Mhm.
So, imagine that this is our first session. On
Mhm.
our second session, I will actually ask you to create the steps so that you can start taking risks.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
So, yeah. So, number two will be about the body. And it asks here, how do you want to feel more at home in your body through movement? It doesn't have to be exercise, just anything about your body. Like with me, I hired a fitness coach who will watch me on Zoom so that I don't cheat with my exercise.
I think we've all
Just
been there.
just because I won't move if
Hmm.
I don't invest in it. Like I
Hmm.
feel, oh, I can pay for it so I can just stay in bed. But if I paid for it, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I need to make use of the money that I spent.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. I also, good thing in Lipa, there's like healthy food delivery. I also tried that out. I want to sleep better as well. I mean, that's one of my goals. Body. I just want to feel more energized. And so far, because of the movement and the healthy food, my mind has been clearer at the very least. I mean, on the weighing scale, it's the same, but at least my mind feels lighter. So, yeah, your
You just
turn, Jason.
this is a very timely question because at the end of this month, I am planning to finally get surgery on a knee, on a ligament in my knee that I haven't had repaired for the last 5 years. I do that now because now is the best time, at least for me, to recover because I don't have to really go out as often. I can stay at home and work from home for a lot of the time. So I want to use this year to recover from the surgery and to rehabilitate my knee. But in terms of food, I feel like I need to also be in line with you, Kimilu.
Yeah.
I also feel much better when I eat a salad over something super greasy. As much as I it doesn't taste as good, I want to be able to enjoy the taste of the food as well as the feeling that comes after because I always enjoy the feeling after. But the food, the taste, oh man, I'm like, oh man, I would rather have a greasy pizza. I need to change that mindset, hopefully in the future.
I remember you were cooking a lot
I
during
was,
the lockdown.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
And what
was.
about now? Like, do
I
you
am.
order?
I sometimes I order. I still cook. The taste didn't improve, but it's still. I'm saving money, so yeah, I do cook at home. So I'm hoping to
Okay.
maybe add more to that my resume of dishes, so to speak.
Okay, awesome. Oh, so now the next question would be, how can you live more joyfully and authentically? I personally had a little, challenging time answering my own question. How can you live more joyfully and authentically? Um, my answer was something like just keep thinking crazy. Not crazy in a good way, meaning like last year I had a lot of thoughts that I just, shipped it. I just did it anyways. Like uh finally I had my podcast. I remember like the first time
Yeah,
I
we
guess
talked
we
about
met, I was asking you guys like how do you do that?
it.
And then you're like, "Oh, it's so easy." I thought I needed to be in a studio, to have the background music. And then it was just an app on the phone. I did it on my phone. So those things like I want to be crazy enough to think that I can do things and just do it. So I want to keep doing that this year. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to be safe. I want to keep, just like you, taking risks.
Mhm.
So what about you? How can you live more joyfully and authentically?
So just to clarify for all our monsters, Kimilu, when the way you said that you want to take more risks, that's you
Yeah.
being your authentic self, and that's the question that you would ask
Yes.
me and our listeners out there. All right,
Right.
for me, Kimilu, I feel like I have to. I've been, there's been a lot of debate in my mind when it comes to creating content. Sometimes I see what's going on social media, and I see that there are a lot of trends that are popular, but I'm not really into it, and I don't want to force myself to
Right.
create content simply because it's popular. And I think that's the debate in my mind. So I think in the future, because I've been talking about creating content for avenues of revenue, I think to be authentic with to myself, I want to do something that I will be happy with, and that I don't have to just follow the trends simply because
Yeah.
that's what sells. And I think I have to really force myself to do that, because I keep thinking, oh, but will people watch? Will people enjoy it if it's not the popular
Right.
trend? So I want to stick with what I believe in, and I hope I can do
I
that.
love that. I love that. No, what I can say is just do it. And
Hmm.
then you'll find out. I mean, if you don't actually like start and do it, then you'll never know if they actually want it or
And I
not,
have to
right?
do it. I have to start.
You just do it. Just
That's
do it.
good. That's
So
why people come to you.
so with what you just said, like with your mind, your body, and your I would call this like spirit, your uniqueness.
Hmm.
Okay. Then what do you think would be like the one word that could summarize all these three? So that could be your intention for the year.
I see. So that would be the intention by summing up the three things that we just talked about. And to any monsters
Yeah.
listening as well who might have been playing along, what is the one word that unites the mind, the body, and the uniqueness,
Right.
the authenticity? That is that is a tough one, Kimmy Lou.
Okay. So here's
This,
the thing. Like when we do this, I actually ask them to draw. Okay. And then while they're drawing, they will think of a word. They'll ask their higher, self and say, "What could be my intention for this year?" And you might be thinking of a word already, but then all of a sudden there's this word that is much, much more louder, and you're
yeah.
like, "Are you sure that's my intention?" And then you
Uh-huh.
kind of check. And then the intention will say, "Yes, I am your intention." So, do you feel like there's any word that's coming up for you right now? Just a
I'm
first
thinking,
word.
I the term like leap of faith, it's not a word, but it's like a phrase. A leap of faith is kind of like the phrase that sticks out in my mind right now. I don't know if that counts as an intention, or if there's something that can be used as a single word as an intention, but that's what's in
Love
my mind.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think leap of faith is really good. I mean, I have a phrase as well. I
Mhm.
just want to say hello to Fitz because he said, just do it, JC, and be a game streamer na.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
agree with
that is
that?
one of the goals that I have in mind, Kimmy. That's Broad Fits,
Okay.
great guy.
Yeah. Perfect. So do it. So yes, leap of faith is awesome. I mean, I have a phrase. My intention is actually a phrase too,
Oh,
which is manifesting God's best. And the more I talk about it, I mean, in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, manifest maybe a man. But then after a while, I was thinking, manifesting God's best. That's me. That means it's me through me. So I
through
need
you.
to be the best version of myself.
Ah,
Um, yeah, last year my word was shine. And
shine.
as you yeah, shine. So even at the darkest of times, everybody was not feeling okay. There was so much uncertainty because I had that intention. In the morning I'm like, will I wake up pa? Like will I want to keep working? But then because my intention was shine, I was like, nope, gotta get up. I need
Yeah.
to shine and be the light. And then I was able to shine the light on others to be
Mhm.
the light as well.
There we go. So Kimi Lu, the way that you said that last year your word was shine. So
Mm.
one can only assume that intentions can be changed year to year. But does that mean to move on from one intention to another? Do you have to fulfill that intention to move on to the next one, or do you continually work with the one that you're working with until you get to a certain point? How does that? How do you do it? How do you move from intention to intention? Can you have multiple intentions? Now that we're on that question, on that
Yeah,
subject.
I love it. Yes. So you can have like a 1 year intention. You can even have an intention for your life. You can have an intention for the month, for the week, or even just
There's
for the
no,
day.
so there's no time frame when it comes to
There's no
intentions.
time frame. Yeah.
Mm,
But I personally, like with this one, yeah, you can do it any time of the year.
mhm.
Okay. Um, I ask people to do it in the beginning of the year just to surprise themselves at the end of the year. And then we have the Wellbeing Boost program, which is a 1 month program. So we actually ask our participants to set an intention for the month.
Oh, let's talk about that, Kimilu. You are the
Yeah.
co-creator of the Wellbeing Boost program, and although
Yes.
the name seems like it speaks for itself, why don't you just give us a more of an in-depth description of what
Right.
they can do? Let's say in this 1 month program that you host.
Yes. Right. I'll tell everybody the inclusions because that's what everybody wants to hear, really. So basically, there are 4 live sessions in this 1 month program. So every week, once a week, you will meet with your facilitator with a group, and then you also have 20 prompts, like journal prompts, questions that can, help you think and reflect. And then we also have like 40 recommendations on what to listen to, what to read, who to follow, um, what to listen to also
Mm-hmm.
online. And then we also have the help of 360 Fitness for some physical like exercise in at home that you can do at home. We also have the help of Pretty Huge Obstacles and also Ida Paras of the Movement Studio.
Oh wow.
So we have several stuff. Plus, we have financial fitness,
Mm.
financial wellness, also coaches. So Simply Finance, Marielle Betanga, and also Steph Nang, and she has her own financial coaching business as well. So it's
Okay.
like jam packed. It will really help boost your well being,
So
basically.
it's kind of like a 30-day. I don't want to use the word boot camp because that makes it might sound a little scary. But in 30
Right.
days, it seems like you should be able to help transform somebody's life, their well-being, give it a boost. That's why it's the name of the program. So any success stories, Kimilu, that you care to share? Of course, you don't have to name any of your clients in particular, but
Yes.
uh, can you tell us some success stories that you've had with your clients who have taken the well-being boost program, how they have changed their lives for the better?
Absolutely. Well, we have the week have themes. So we have intention, gratitude, compassion, and courage. And a lot of people really, really like the gratitude week. And they would always say, "Oh my gosh, that's my favorite." Like Christine over here, she's watching, and she would always say, "That's really my favorite. That changed my life because my perspective is super different from before." Like, you know how I call people protons? And
Yes.
she was saying, "I'm a negatron." Like I wasn't a proton at all. So yeah, because you see things differently, like the little things become something you're grateful for, then that changes lives, and the mood of yourself as well. So this is one. There's a lot of stories, but let me check our Instagram account for some testimonials, and I can read a few to you guys just so we have an idea of some good words from them. And yeah, so Christina's saying, "So true, gratitude attitude changed my life for the better." So
I love it.
here, somebody said the program helped me to be more aware, present, and compassionate towards myself.
Hmm.
And another one, being in the Well-Being Boost program made me feel confident, intentional, more kind, and courageous. So these are just some, like amidst all uncertainties, it taught me how to be grateful and be intentional in all that I do. So these are a few of the words from the participants. And
Yes.
we would really want all of you guys to, experience this and meet other like-minded people who want to grow. And we always say at the Wellbeing Boost program, we transform worriers to warriors.
Warriors to warriors. That is great. That's so catchy.
Yeah. So they are
Yes.
well-being warriors.
Well-being warriors, from warriors to warriors. Kimilu, that's awesome. So I want to tell you, that's
Yeah.
really great what you do, and I'm sure people like Christine, as well as the other people who have given their
Mhm.
testimonials, they really do believe that this program has helped them. Which leads me to ask Kimilu, when you take this program, is this something that you administer now during the pandemic? You said you have 6 people on your team. You have
Yeah.
six. What do you call them again? You
Facilitators, co-creators of the Wellbeing Boost program.
yes, so the facilitators. So they meet online, but once the pandemic is over, and I'm sure it will be soon. Is this still the way that it's going to be administered, or do you meet in person? Typically, with no coronavirus in the picture, how does a session usually go? Is it still done remotely online through the phone, or can you meet in person moving forward?
Well, right now, this particular program and the training that I created was really for online. So
Online,
that's
okay.
so, because we are a global team and our participants are also global. We have clients from Saudi Arabia, from Canada, from Switzerland. So we want to make sure we get to be able to serve them. But
Yeah.
then if there's no coronavirus anymore, I actually would really love that. I love in person, like workshops and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I would probably co create also in person activities through
Great.
the well-being program. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And we do have a lot of monsters who are OFWs abroad who listen via our live stream, www.rx931.com.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they would be happy to reach out to you, especially those who might be needing a little boost in their well-being, being away from their families for so long due to the pandemic. And I'm sure Kimilu's program, well-being boost program, would be great for
Mm-hmm.
you. Now, Kimilu, let's talk about a phrase that you've said on our show many times before, because I really love this saying, sacred space. Tell us what is sacred space, because you always seem to talk about it every time you guest with us. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's reintroduce this subject to our monsters.
Sacred space. Well, this is the space that we create. Well, you can create it on your own, or
Hmm.
we can have it in a session, through a session when you're in a well-being boost program session. Then it's a sacred space. Why is it sacred? What does that mean? So
Yeah.
most actually of my friends don't get it. They're like, what does that mean, sacred space? But
Is
then
it
the people who
religious? Is it
yeah, it's
related?
not a religious
It's
it's
not,
not a
right?
religious thing.
Hmm.
It's more of like, okay, this moment right here is important, and this is for me. It's more of like a time for you to be compassionate to yourself. Like I am showing up here right now, being authentic and vulnerable, and it is for me. So that is super duper sacred. Like it is important. Yeah, just a lot of heart in it. Like it's
Uh-huh.
coming from your heart. So I can't explain it. It's because it's more of a feeling.
It's
The
more of a
sacred
feeling that's
space.
personal to
Yes,
individual.
it's not a physical space. It's
Okay.
more of like a heart space. Like this is
Yeah.
sacred, you know. Um yeah, and I created a sacred space certification program, and I teach people how to create that space for themselves and for other
Mhm.
people,
So
you
how
know,
does one
to
take the steps? I mean, I know you don't want to delve into the whole program. We might take too long during this short interview that we have, the short time that we have.
yes.
But basically, how what is the what is the pathway to learning, teaching someone how to reach this sacred space?
So I teach a lot of tools and techniques,
Hmm.
and it's up to them which one they would like to incorporate in their lives.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I use this quote by Maya Angelou. It goes something like, people will not remember what you told them, but they will remember how you made them feel.
I love that.
So basically, the sacred space, you will remember how it feels like
Mhm.
feeling warm, feeling embraced, feeling, very loved and understood, not
Mhm.
judged at all. So that is the space that we create for ourselves and for other people.
And I'm sure Kimilu, that is a space that people, especially going through the very difficult 2020 year, are trying to reach, are trying to achieve. So, what
Yeah.
are the typical problems that people that your clients have brought forward to you, saying, "Kimi Lu, I want to reach the sacred space, but because 2020 really screwed up my plans, my world, my life, my job. What are the typical issues that people face, especially now during this pandemic, that keep them or prevent them from reaching said sacred space?"
Well, first of all, that's why the tagline of the Wellbeing Boost program is actually warrior to warrior, because there's a lot of warriors.
Yes.
Okay. So it's really like it's stopping and hindering people from doing what they want to do,
Mhm.
or like taking risks. And then, of course, a lot of uncertainties as well. Like just really, scared. There's also a lot of frustration because of this whole COVID thing. Like, oh, I can't do that because COVID. Oh, I
Yes.
wanted to try this out, but COVID.
Right.
So just, getting over that hurdle.
Hmm.
So those are the typical problems right now so far.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I'm sure some people listening right now, they're like, "Hey, that's exactly how I feel." So at least knowing that you have dealt with clients who have experienced that, they would probably feel comfortable saying, "Hey, you know what? Kimi Lu knows exactly how she should talk to me." She
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
how
So
to
if
handle it.
any one of you are worrying, guys, like take the Wellbeing Boost program. I promise you, like you'll have a better time dealing with what you're worrying about. I don't want to say it's going to be gone. I'm
Hmm.
just saying you'll be able to deal with it better.
And
You'll have tools with you.
and of course, having the tools I feel like that is the greatest gift that you could impart onto somebody who comes to you for help, Kimi Lu. So
Absolutely.
let's talk about your podcast, because you mentioned it when we last talked before in April, that or prior to that, you were just thinking about it and you took the steps to get into it. What's the name of your podcast now that it is in full effect, it's in full swing? Tell us about it. Where can people listen to it, and what do you talk about?
So it's called Celebrate Life with KIMILU Life Coach. Because of the podcast, I was able to create a 10-day meditation program. So there are actually like 10 meditations and more, but the 10 meditations are like 10 free sessions with me.
Cool.
Yeah, so I explain what the meditation is, what the practice is, and then we go into the breathing session, and then they have a little reflection in the end as well. I also have some episodes with a few friends, and
Hmm.
we were talking about coping with COVID. Yeah, and then I have some prayers also uploaded over there. And I have like testimonials of people who have done the sacred space. So it's like a mix match of everything. But the most popular out of all would be the shower meditation.
Shower meditation.
Yep.
Okay. And
So
this is
that's
something
the
that they
most
can listen to for free, correct?
for free, absolutely. So you need to have your speakers, and then
Mm.
take me with you to the shower and listen and just follow the guide.
That's fantastic. Is that something that is still ongoing, Kimilu? Are you still producing new episodes and or new seasons? I don't know how you call your
Yeah,
podcast content creation goals or guide, but
yeah, I just posted one new one this year.
hmm,
Plan to post some more eventually, but I need to produce like
more.
episodes. Yeah,
Okay.
more episodes. And I was thinking maybe to um have also the video, like a YouTube plus podcast kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I'm not there yet. I am manifesting a huge company sponsor
Yes, and it's
to
coming.
produce
I feel it. I feel it.
the show. So if anyone's watching there, you can produce my show, guys.
Yeah. So, Kimilu, one of the lessons that I remember learning the first time I met you here on the show, more than a
Yeah.
year ago, gratitude is always the word that really comes out in my mind. Using it as a tool for dealing with personal issues and problems. What and then of course there's the saying, the attitude of gratitude. So what can we
Yes.
do to develop this so-called attitude of gratitude? Besides all, we've talked about doing your intent, creating intentions, etc. But
Yes.
are there other tips that you can give to our monsters out there who maybe need to appreciate what they have in front of them? Maybe they don't see it, but they could learn to.
Right. You know what? The very first thing that I would actually ask you to do would be to let go of maybe the thoughts that are not serving you well. That would be the first step, really. Because no two things can occupy one space. So if there's like negativity in your mind, then how can you be grateful? This is why it's difficult to be grateful, because you're
Mhm.
always thinking negatively. But if you like really like let that go, and I actually have like this burning ritual that I teach people, write it down and actually burn that piece of paper so that you can let it go, and then make a new list of things that you are grateful for, and then they start noticing, oh my gosh, now it's flowing, whereas when I didn't do the letting go, it was so difficult for me to write down things. So
I
first we go.
mhm. Oh, let things go. But I think for you, Kimilu, who's been in this industry for more than a decade, who has
Yeah,
practiced all these methods of having gratitude in your life, I'm sure for some people, I know, especially people that I know, they have
yeah,
trouble letting go of things, letting go of issues.
they do.
So how do you ease somebody who is so maybe hesitant to let things go, because some people they dwell on their failures, they dwell
Right.
on their mistakes, or they like to keep items, if it's material items that maybe they don't want anymore, but they just can't seem to get rid of it. Or how do you deal with clients like that? How do you help them?
So Well, most of the time, the clients that come to me are more or less ready. I mean, because they're paying for the session,
True, true.
and they're seeking help. So the
Mhm.
people who are like not ready are the ones who are in denial that they actually need help,
Mm,
right?
makes
So
sense.
I don't come across these kinds of clients often. Maybe one or two because their parents wanted them to come, or
Mhm.
maybe their girlfriend or boyfriend or their husband or wife made them come to the sessions. But
Okay.
if it was voluntary from their own volition, like their own might,
Nice.
then it's very easy,
Hmm.
actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So just in case though, JC, like if they
Yeah.
come and that happens, then I would tell them, okay, so when are you ready? Would it be like a month, a week? Would it be tomorrow? And they really tell me. They'll say, "Oh, I still need like a week to cry." Okay, so next week we do this again, and
Hmm.
then maybe you're ready then. So
Okay.
it's
I
just
like that.
very honest,
Very honest. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes.
sure Kimi Lu, since we're on the topic of honesty, I'm sure a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who come to you, they are very forthright, very honest about their desire or want for love, a love life. Is that something that's common when the people come to you? Because I'm sure that's what people would be. Some people would be coming to you for. Like, I want to find love in my life. But does that make you somewhat of a love guru as well? Are you an
No,
expert in love, Kimi Lu?
I don't I guess really radiating love, for
Hmm.
you to be able to radiate love, maybe that's my expertise, how to radiate love, how to be all loving, pure love, the words that you speak, the tone of your voice, your actions, and because of that you become lovable and people get attracted to you that way.
Okay. Well, I'm
So
sure a lot of people listening are like, "Oh man, I need to become more lovable. I need to hit up Kim."
yes.
And Kimmy Lou, you talk about your Instagram live on Tuesdays, and that's an ongoing thing. And how?
Yes.
So let's talk about that because even in April of last year, you were already doing this. So you've been consistently uh,
I
hosting an
have.
IG live. So what is that all
Yes.
about, and what can your people who follow you on the Instagram on the gram on the Instagram? It
Yeah,
sounds so
on the
old.
gram. On the
Damn. What can
well
people on the
last year
gram? Yeah, what can they do
yeah,
when they join you on there?
well last year I was so fortunate to have amazing people on it, like celebrities like Bella Padilla, Pia
Yes.
Works, China, also Monica, which we also had on your show,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just these amazing beings wanting to spread positivity with their own network, their own circles as well. So I just love being able to, spread the attitude of gratitude, positivity during really dark times. So what can they expect this year from the Tuesdays with Kimmy?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the first few weeks will be with the six facilitators, well-being boost program facilitators, so that the audience will get to know them more. And then the next set will be the new sacred space holders as well. So I have an entire lineup until April, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
And where can they find
Yes.
all that? Because I know a lot of monsters listening. They're like, man, I gotta get on the Kimi Lou train. I gotta find out more about her because she's talking
Yes.
what I want to hear. So where can they find you online? Where can they find all the updates to your programs, your podcast, your Instagram
Mhm.
live sessions? How can they find you online?
Okay, so on Instagram, it's very easy. It's just Kimilu Life Coach. It is right now. It's flashing on the screen, Kimilu Life Coach. And then I have a private coaching group on Facebook, and it's called Celebrate Life with Kimilu Life Coach. You can join that, but I'm super duper like picky and
Particular?
choosy. Because
Sorry.
if you don't engage for 6 months, I take you out.
Well, makes sense. Makes sense. I would assume you'd want people who are who buy into the program, who
Yes,
believe in
and very
what it
intentional.
has. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
6 months is
have
a
a
long
lot of
time.
people. I'm sorry.
6 months is a long time to. I mean to even stay in that group. I would kick them out after a month.
No, I think 6 months because some people do like online detox. You
uh
know,
yes.
so they're not really on it all the time. But I think 6 months is a good amount of time to give them a little,
Leeway.
space naman.
Yeah, space.
Leeway. Yes, 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 correct. Yeah. Would you like us to pull out some cards, or maybe for you at the very least? And if
Yeah.
other people would want who are watching, then I
Mm-hmm.
have these Angels of Abundance cards, and I know a lot of people also set their intentions for abundance. Okay,
Yes,
we want that for sure, right? Lots of
absolutely.
abundance. Money, love, career, everything. So I will just pull out a few cards. I'll pull out one for you, JC, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, so how would you want me to pull it out? Like
Uh I guess from the
any
middle, so just anywhere in the middle.
okay. So deservingness. It says
Deservingness.
deservingness.
Mm-hmm.
You are a beloved child of God, JC, like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even
Nice.
if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I feel better
you deserve.
already.
Yes, you deserve. You're deserving. You are deserving. So
Cool.
yeah,
So
good.
to our monsters out there, if you want to reach out to Kimilu, she can help with these cards as well. Is that right, Kimilu? Like these
Yeah,
cards that you're
yeah.
pulling? We actually have Rafi here in the booth, and we're gonna pull a card for him because he'll
Of
listen to
course.
it. But you want it from the top or the middle or the bottom? From the bottom, he says. From the bottom, Kimilu, the bottom
From
of the
the
deck.
bottom.
Bottom of the deck.
Oh, okay. I like this one.
All right.
Attracting, not chasing.
Attracting,
Any,
not chasing.
mhm. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way
Oh.
because of the fears underlying chasing energy.
Uh-huh.
Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh,
He's got his arms in the air. He's like, yes, I'm gonna let it come to me. Kimmy
exactly.
Lou, talking to you and just even hearing hearing you encourage us is really motivating for me, and I hope to. I mean, this simple interview has already, in a way, inspired me. It's given me a boost in my well being, and I'm sure 30 days, 30 more days of that with you would be even more incredible. So once again, please invite our monsters to join your program, and also
Yeah.
everything, all your other ventures. I'm sure you said that you have until April, so please tell us all about Kimmy Lou's plans for the first quarter of 2021.
Oh my gosh. So we have so much in store for everyone. But first of all, we want to invite you to join the February batch of the Wellbeing Boost program. We are 70% full, so we have very limited slots available. So you guys should register immediately. Just send me a message on Instagram, or please follow the Instagram of Wellbeing Boost program and just inquire. And then I personally have my Quantum Leap one on one sessions, which is my newest program. It's quite high level, and this program is only for people who are ready 101, 200% ready to take a quantum leap. So if you're not ready, don't register for that. But if you are, then you're welcome to apply for it. And we'll see if we're the right match. That's
Nice. I
it.
love it. I can't wait to take a quantum leap into 2021 simply because I have been inspired by you once again, Kimmy Lou. And I'm sure there are a lot of your friends and family and your clients who
Mhm.
are are supporting you right now during this time, during this interview. So do you want to say hello to anyone out there
Yeah,
listening?
Hello to all of the protons positively charged beings and all of the well being warriors, and to all of the warriors out there. We'll take care of you guys. Okay, so there. Hello to Christine, and I know Joanna messaged me on Instagram earlier. So yes, thank you for having me here every single year since I think 2015.
Mhm.
So I have also grown with you guys. So I'm so super happy and grateful that I'm able to share this work with everybody listening and
All right, we'd
watching.
love to have you back once again. We will for sure have you back, Kimilu. Thank you for turning our
Thank you.
warriors into warriors and to more warriors in the making. Join us again next week for more hot conversations here on Heard on Thursdays. My name is JC Tevez, and we'll see you again next week. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Heard on Thursdays.